Wait, is it showing an error message or something for you guys? Oh, can you see my screen? What do you guys see? Okay, then let's. This was a Q&A stream after all, so. About Dragon Ball Infinite World, no, I haven't seen it. Okay, thanks, guys. Okay, anyway, let's go. Chat might be late, but let's go. I hope you guys can see what's happening. Anyway, let me answer the questions which you guys had in these comments. Well, Bird asked why so early though. I mean, well, no matter what time I do it, I mean, there are some people who can't log in, so it had to be some time, and I chose this time because I figured most of you might be able to make it. Sans asked, who do you prefer? Sayori or Monica? I can't. Okay, look, I can highlight it. Good. Sans asked, who do you prefer, Sayori or Monica? Monica. Monica Unlimited asked, Squid Girl, Monica, really, Dretch, really? That's not really a question, I think, for the stream, but anyway, yeah. She will be there. The FBI wants to ask me, do you like jazz? You guys can hear me though, right? People. Anyway, as to answer the question, do you like jazz? I do. I did when I heard it in school. I mainly just listen to anime music now and other stuff. So, I guess so, yeah. DPT wants to ask my favorite food. I don't really have one. I mean, right now I think I'm craving a burrito, but yeah, I like burritos, mozzarella sticks, pizza, and some of the local cuisine you can get here. Now, the J wants to ask, he says, I can't watch the stream, and I'm sorry for that, but my question is kind of important. Do you play other DDLC mods as the ones you're showing on your channel, and when yes, do you have a good one in mind for me? I think he's asking if I play mods other than the ones I show you guys. I used to, I sort of don't that much anymore. He says, I like playing the game and I kind of ran out of good mods. Sorry about that. I'm not that much in touch with the new mods which are coming up. There must be new mods, but I don't know them right now. So sorry. Anyway, thanks, Jay. Race Car the Destroyer wants to ask me, have you been noticed by Senpai? I do not know who Senpai is referring to in this case, so I really can't answer that. Polkadaffin asks, what do you like about the DDLC game? I like it because of the story, and yeah, I guess that's the main reason all of us like it. Yeah, I guess I like the story. I like how it's set up. I guess I really like Monica. Shishov, sorry. Kirill Shishov wants to ask me, where's Minika and other MC's daughters? Well, they'll be returning sometime, but the thing is, it's hard to find art related to them, so it's hard to make videos about them. Shark Lover Life wants to ask, how long have you been playing DDLC? I played it I started playing it in January of the next year that it came out, I think. So that would mean I've been playing it for about 1 year and maybe 9 or 10 months now. Exploding Egg wants to ask me two things. Who's best girl, and also what games do you like? In my opinion, best girl is Monica, and I think I've explained why. And what games do you like? Well, in other visual novels, I've played Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I don't usually play visual novels that much. Otherwise, I usually play Pokemon. I'm a big fan of the Pokemon games. I play Civilization, Sid Meier's Civilization 3 I've played. And yeah, I do like strategy games overall and RPGs. I played Mario and Kid Icarus Uprising. And I don't think I've played anything else worth mentioning. Those are the only ones that come to mind right now. I have a question. What is mass? From Fabitrap G. Oh wait. From Fabitrap G, what is mass? It's Monica After Story. Lady Byrne Castell wants to ask me, do you like Harry Potter? Yes, I like Harry Potter. I've read all the books. I've seen all the movies. The very recent one, I forgot what it's called. Yeah, Magical Beasts and Where to Find Them. I like the first part. As for the second part, I feel like they're stretching the story a bit too far, trying to make it its own series of movies. I felt like just one movie was good enough for that. Fox Docs wants to ask, where did the name Drechenaux come from? That's an interesting story. It starts with when I was reading this manga earlier known as Pokemon Adventures or Pokemon Special, and you guys might know about it or have heard about it. But anyway, there's a group called the Elite Four in the Pokemon games, and they have a specific Japanese name which was mentioned in the manga. I forgot what it was. Let me check. Elite Four. Let me actually check. Yeah, some people are saying I'm not answering questions from the chat. The thing is, I wanted to do the questions there first, and then I would answer questions in the chat as they come along. So if you have a question in the chat, maybe just wait for a second. I'll finish the ones that people have posted earlier, then I'll go to the chat and answer them as they come up. Yeah, Japanese, see the Japanese name for the Elite Four, it's not written what it was. I think it was something starting with S, and it's called the Big Four, literally four heavenly kings. Maybe it will come. I think it was something like this. It wasn't like this, but they used a specific term for it. So anyway, the thing is though, the name Drechenaux came out of an error. What basically happened was, that I didn't remember what the name was, but the name meant four heavenly kings. So later on, when the Pokédex holders during the Emerald Arc, there were 13 of them. So I was learning German at the time, so I combined the word for 13, which is Dreisen, with what I thought the word was for the four heavenly kings. I think I thought it was Sechenaux, but it is not that. It is something else. I got it wrong. I combined them, it made Drechenaux from 13 and the Heavenly Kings, but I thought that was cool. That was just headcanon, and later on I just used the name. So that's a bit of a long story, but that's how it came. Okay, someone wanted to ask just Monica how she can have school tomorrow. I mean, it is Sunday, so. Okay, Ab and Fabio04 asked, what made you want to download Monica After Story? That was a long time ago, and I sort of just liked Monica. I mean, she was my favorite Doki, so I wanted to check it out. That was it, and now, I basically have a community based on it, so I have to keep playing. Just ARP wanted to ask me, what image dimensions do you use on RenPy? I seem to be having trouble with it. For the character sprites, you should use 960 into 960. An easy way I find is to just take a character sprite, download it from the internet, the full actual character sprites from the DDLC wiki, and whatever character you want to put in, overlay it on that, and then delete the original character sprite. So then you'll see what the character looks like in the 960 by 960. As for the backgrounds, I believe I use about 1300 pixels into 800 approximately. The numbers vary a little, you might want to play with them a little. I think it's actually closer to 1280 into 780 pixels, but those are the approximate numbers. Okay. System in the glitch. If you could swap personalities between characters, who would you swap with what personality? Interesting question. I'm not sure about that. Maybe Yuri and Natsuki. I think it would be fun to see how they would react to being swapped like that. Or... yeah, I just guess that would be fun. Maybe Yuri with Sayori. I feel like that would be an interesting combination too. There's a big video on the Doki swapping bodies. I think it was by Afro Zero. Floshi wants to ask me, what is up with your Twisted Mind? How do you think of these storylines? Some of the storylines are, borrowed from other pieces of entertainment, like that one I did with SpongeBob, or they're parodies of some other piece of entertainment. And sometimes I just, just think of some stuff, Firesonic 101 wants to ask, Sayori's ghost visits you, but you choose to kill Monica. I don't know if I'll do that video. I don't like hurting Monica. I don't think you guys like seeing Monica get hurt. I mean, there was that video where Monica does get hurt. I don't think you guys liked it. Musical Pro CC. When's the next Years Are Made episode? Sorry, but I enjoyed the series. Sorry if it ended in since still busy with her huge workload. And he hasn't watched the last episode. That's fine. I can understand having a huge workload. I'm not sure about Years Are Made. Like I said, I'm sort of going on hiatus right now. And I have some other projects I want to advance, like DDLC in reverse. I want to do those first. But yeah, I do want to do Years Are Made. I definitely want to work on that. The Weird Obsessive Teen asked me, favorite Doki, it's Monica. Don't worry, I'll go into detail. I think someone had a question. I checked this last night. Someone had a question asking me why also. And I think I'll just answer that at once. PTAF wants to ask me, how old are you? I won't answer directly. I'll just say I'm in my 20s. Let me just check the stream and the chat. Thanks. Anyway, I'll just say I'm in my 20s. I don't want to give an exact age. Elora, question, which Doki Doki Club character do you think is the best and how will you identify her and her qualities? Initially, when I played the game, I liked Yuri. Her personality was sort of similar to mine. She liked reading. She was a bit shy and introverted. Later on, though, once the game ended, though, I felt more for Monica. I feel sorry for her. I understand how it is. I sort of do get it. She's trapped in this own world, and she's essentially cursed with the idea, though, that, well, she's the only one around, and you're basically her only connection to the real world. Zero Flare wants to ask me, if you were given the chance to switch their deaths, who would be hanged, who will stab herself, etc., and why? That's a weird thing because I think overall I don't think I would switch their deaths. I don't want anyone else to die the way... I don't think any of them should have died. And I don't think Yuri hanging herself is somehow any better than Sayori stabbing herself or Sayori just hanging herself, so... Supahasta, questions for the Q&A. Which consoles do you have / prefer? The ones I have are the Nintendo 3DS. I did have a Switch. It's not working right now. I used to have a Nintendo GameCube, a Game Boy Advance, and a Game Boy Advance SP. I used to also have the regular 3DS. Those are the only ones I can remember. I think I played with my friends a Game Boy Color. And I think I also had the original Wii, so yeah, that's it. Blue Star of the Ice Wings, would you ride on a dragon if you saw one? If not, what would you do to it? Well, dragons are kind of dangerous, unless we're talking about the anime variety in which, I guess most likely I would be eaten by the dragon, so no, I wouldn't try to ride it, you know? It sort of depends on context here, Blue Star. Sadie Baymel, what's your list of favorite to least favorite DDLC characters? This question is controversial, so yeah. Okay, I'll answer this and I'll sort of give my reasoning. At the bottom, I put Natsuki. I don't like Natsuki that much, and the reason is I just feel like she behaves very mean, like mean-spirited. She's not very nice to you, and I think that's the tsundere appeal, but I don't see it as tsundere. I just see her as being nasty, and she makes some weird comments towards Yuri, and Yuri I liked. Sayori I keep at third. I don't really hate Sayori, but I do sort of like her. I like her interactions with the main character, so I'm sort of neutral on Sayori. Now Yuri and Monica I liked. Yuri I'll keep at number 2. Again, I liked her. I like her personality. She's quiet, reserved, kind of like how I am. And Monica I like the best, again, due to her situation. I just like the way the game goes in Act 3 with Monica when you're just with her. Nova Devil wants to ask me, what is your favorite MCU movie and why? If we're talking about the crossovers, I would have to say Avengers Endgame. I liked it. Brought the entire, MCU to a good place, I think. And if we're not talking about the big Avengers movies, I would say either Thor Ragnarok. I thought it was really funny. I liked what they did with Thor. They really, I think, made him into a good character. And if not, I'd say maybe Spider-Man Homecoming or Spider-Man Far From Home. Because I just really like Spider-Man and what they've done with Spider-Man. Mugman Cuphead brother asked me, will you ever do a Deltarune DDLC thing or Phoenix Wright lol? I don't know what Deltarune is, but Phoenix Wright I might do. Dave Earhart wants to ask me, where did the name Drechenaux come from? I've explained that. Antismus wants to ask me, does asking from which planet you are count? No, it doesn't. I'm from Earth currently. Okay, Colonel wants to ask me, how DDLC affected you? It left a big impact on me in the first few days I played it. I didn't start, making videos about Doki Doki Literature Club, I think, until several weeks after that. And I didn't make my own mods until several months after that. But yeah, it's affected me a lot. I mean, I spend a lot of my time just making DDLC videos. Deka wants to ask me my favorite food. Again, I would say burritos, mozzarella sticks I tend to like. I like grilled cheese sandwiches, and in local cuisine, you know what they serve here. I've answered this already. Okay, so we're done with those questions. Now let me go to the stream. So I'm going to be answering your stream questions. I'll probably have to scroll all the way back up to see this. But yeah. It's sort of... Yeah, scrolling up is hard on a Mac. Okay, let's start from the top. Suyu Asui VA. Have you heard of Dragon Ball Infinite World? I haven't. Okay. Oscar the Furry 201X, how old are you? Again, I won't answer. I'll say I'm in my 20s. That's as best as I'm going to give it. Okay, lots of people want to congratulate me. Thanks, Eric. Thanks. RJ the Wolf 05. Okay, Karma Turtle, I've noticed you. Okay, Bruce Masters asked me, what was your favorite Doki Doki modern video? I like Monica After Story, of course. I sort of liked that one. I forgot what... Yeah, DDLC A Slice of Life. I thought it was funny, but it had a lot of copyrighted stuff in it. I also liked the... I forgot what the mod's name was. There was a really good mod with Monica. I'm forgetting its name. It had very nice art. I mean, I even did a video on it. I'm forgetting its name. I liked that one. Oh man, I'm forgetting the names of my own videos, man. I can't believe that. Wait, let me see. What was the mod? Yeah, this. They did never continued what this mod was, but what was the mod? Yeah, welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club Player. They sadly never continued it. But yeah, I liked playing this, and there was one. Again, I'm forgetting the name of the Monica one. Sorry. Okay. I wish I could remember it. I did a video on it. You took Monica. Yeah, Our Time. DDLC Our Time. I liked it. Yeah, I like this. Right. Even I did a video on it. Okay. Thanks, Jack. Gaming Wolf Galaxy wants to ask me cat girls or shrine maidens. I'd have to say cat girls, man, compared to shrine maidens. Frozen Ducky, can you do more Psionica? Yeah, I'm thinking of doing the Valentine's Day video for next year on the Doki Fusions, and even a video where the Doki Fusions are together. Blue Gaming Senpai, please. Okay, thanks Connor Tan. New Truong, are you a vegan IRL? In real life? I'm not a vegan, I'm a vegetarian, which means I'll drink milk and eat cheese, you know, that stuff. There's nothing against that. But yeah, I am a vegetarian, if you're working. Alucard wants to ask me more Psionica when. I don't know, like I said, right now I'm sort of going on hiatus. And I have some Halloween videos planned, so Psionica would come later. But yeah, I do plan on finishing DDLC with Psionica. Ghosty YouTube, are you going to do story arcs like Bike? I don't know if I'll do very long ones with 20 or 30 parts. Maybe 4 or 5 part stories I might do. I've done 1 or 2 story arcs, but they're just 4 or 5 parts. Like, I find it difficult to do very long stories spreading over, you know, like 30, you know, like 30 videos and stuff. Umbral Despair, how did you get into DDLC in the first place? I saw memes of it while browsing 9gag for memes. And I thought, you know, hey, it's for free, let me go ahead and try it. And, you know, when I was on vacation after my exams were over. Okay. Blue Gaming, okay, I've noticed you. Again, Ivy Uwu, I'm in my 20s, I won't answer that in more detail. Again, Oscar, no. New Truong, vegan, like I said, vegetarian. Thanks naming Vajra. Someone asked me Krispy Kreme or Dunkin'. I'm not even sure what those are. Let me check. Krispy Kreme, Dunkin'. Okay, I'm assuming those are donut shops. I have never heard of Krispy Kreme. So sorry, so I'm gonna have to go with Dunkin' Donuts. Or I don't know if Dunkin' is something else. Jackru, can you finish Yuri your maid series? Like I said, I am planning on doing another part, and Sayori will be making a cameo in the next part. Blue Gaming says I have a question, but there's no question. Foxdoc's question is, where's my question? Another question on whether I'm a vegan or not. Santino Manina wants to ask me who's your favorite Doki's child. I think Minika is overall the best. She has, just for the fact that she has more artwork and stuff, so I can work with her a bit more. Again, Ivy Uwu won't be answering that. I think some questions are being repeated by the same people, maybe. The Ultimate Vlog, can you finish Our Times mod? The problem is the rest of the mod isn't up yet, and I can't exactly make the mod for them, since it's their mod, so I can't do anything about that. More questions on how old. JJ, can you combine MC and Satsurika? A boy with a girl, that's a bit hard. I think I don't know why you would want to do that. What time is it for you? It's about 11 in the morning right now for me. Jackrook, I don't think that's a question meant for me, but I guess people want to roleplay. The Ultimate Vlog, again, I started playing DDLC, you know, January, it came out in September, right? So I started playing it in either December or January, one or the other. Why do you use Mac instead of Window by Deskblade? Well, I just use Mac. Bruce Masters, what was your favorite Doki Doki video? If you're asking the one I made, I do think that the DDLC, but you can only use Thanos quotes one, was pretty funny. I like making that, and I'm glad to know that all of you guys like that too. Otherwise, I also like writing that the Panty Raid. Can you play more Psionica by Frozen Ducky? I make the Psionica mods myself, so yeah, there will be more Psionica. And yeah, the stream might be a bit late. Caden Power Yeet, who is your fave character in DDLC? Monica. Virgil, what's your fave game? I would have to say I liked Pokemon Diamond version a lot. Even though they were a bit laggy, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, I mean. They were at a time where, you suddenly had the Wi-Fi connection and you could go to the global trade station and trade with anyone, which was a big deal for me because I didn't have any friends who played Pokemon and had a DS. So the fact that I could trade with anyone around the world, that was amazing at the time. And I liked their arcs and story. Story-wise, I think the best Pokemon game was actually Pokemon White. I liked N. He's my favorite villain of any Pokemon series. Again, Ultimate Vlog, when did I start playing DDLC? December, January of that year. Jevi, Joven, if you were to pick a character to change their personality, who would it be? I would change Natsuki's personality to, maybe not be that abrasive, just overall. A noob at Minecraft, what's your favorite movie/TV show? In TV shows, I've liked lots of TV shows. I've liked the TV series Psych. Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've liked Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm just getting into watching The Office right now, so I can't really name a favorite. As for movie, again, I've liked a lot of movies. I do like the Marvel movies a lot. I just like superhero movies and TV shows in general. Someone says they recommend Civ 6. Sadly, I don't think my system can run that. The Ultimate Vlog, who is your worst girl? Again, Natsuki, but I still don't hate her. I just don't like her personality. Is there a way to spam the chat? You shouldn't. Again, How Old Am I? By Ivy. I think. A noob at Minecraft. Who's your favorite Pokemon? If I had to have one Pokemon, I'd pick Jirachi in real life so I could wish for having the rest of the Pokemon. Otherwise, in favorites, I have to say though that I'm a big fan of... well, I have a lot of favorites. I'm a big fan of Charizard and Dragonite. I do like Flygon. A lot of people don't like Flygon as a Pokemon, but I think it's really cool. Do you know Quirgsies? The name sounds familiar, I'm not sure. Again, why do I use Mac instead of Windows? I just do. The Ultimate Vlog, what makes you want to play DDLC? Well, initially it was for fun, and now that I get to make videos for you guys, it's sort of, I keep doing it. And it's interesting, it's not like I don't. JJ wants to ask, how influenced are you into DDLC than DDS? I don't know what DDS is. Sorry. When will you finish your maid series? I can't say when, Jack Rug, but I will be working on it. Duskblade wants to ask me, can you play some music? I can play some music. I don't know if you guys would be able to hear it. And the problem is because I'm using a mic. Have you ever played Sonic games? I played the original, I think, Sonic, which came for the mobile. Which came for the phone, which you could download as an app. At Drechenaux, but I didn't play any other Sonic games. Sorry, the Ultimate Vlog. Pangli, do you feel bad for Sayori when she died? Yeah, I did. But I was sort of kind of expecting it. When I was playing the game, actually, what happened is my brother went ahead with it, so I sort of saw her death. And then I went back to play it, so I knew she was going to die, so it wasn't this. Santino Manina, who else can hear his fridge running in the background? That's not my fridge, that's actually my air conditioning. Yeah, Vortex Lord, you actually got it right. That's air conditioning. Pikachu Gaming Vlogs and more, can you do Undertale? Maybe, maybe not. Time is kind of a constraint for me. JJ, if you were to be in DDLC, which girl would you be? Oh, well, which girl? I mean, I'd rather just be myself. I guess most likely I'm most similar to Yuri, so I guess her. Otherwise, if I don't have to suffer from depression, Sayori, even Sayori seems nice. Vortex Lord, Monica's not a real AI yet, right? Sadly, no, not yet. Pangli, for the Q&A, do you feel sorry for Sayori for getting handed my Monica? I don't know what that means. Do I feel sorry for Sayori in general? Yes. But that's a statement I sort of can't figure out. Can you do Undertale like Monica and Sans, Meet Pikachu gaming vlogs and more? Maybe, maybe. I don't like doing crossovers that much because there's the problem of, you know, copyrighted characters in there, and I notice a lot of you don't seem to like them that much as you like my other series. Oh wow, the stream chat just like went crazy. Yeah, now let me go to the stream. I think the questions just doubled in the time I was reading the old questions, which is weird. Again, I got introduced to DDLC through memes. What time is it for me? It's about 11 p.m. Okay, so now everyone I think just reposted their questions, so I won't answer their repeats. Connor10496, what makes you to be a Doki tuber? I just sort of like, you know, making my original vids. They're nice. It's like writing your own story. Frozen Ducky, can you do more Sonica? Yeah. What languages can I speak by Connor 10? I know English, I know Hindi, I know a few more regional dialects here. I did study Spanish for a while and French for maybe like 1 grade each, but I studied German for a bit longer. Blue Gaming, why did you have the interest of making mods? I wanted to make my own stories. I thought, you know, they would be funny to make. Spicy games, do you play Minecraft? No, I don't. Do you play Roblox by Ivy? No. Thanks, Mario Xenoblade fan. Matt Gangster, what's your favorite Pokemon type? I prefer a normal type Pokemon like Eevee. I don't really have one. I like dragon types, they're cool, but ever since the fairy types came along, they sort of nerfed it. Poison types are also cool. Vortex Lord, are you scared of something? I'm sort of scared of a few things. I have a small fear of heights. And of swimming also. I can't swim that well. What's your favorite part of Monica After Story? By Evil Monster. Oh, thanks for saying I'm the best. But best part I think was when they added the new costumes they add. I really like the Halloween costumes and stuff. I also like that part where just recently, when it was Monica's birthday, there was a little Monica in the background in the window. She was just peering into the screen, and she just came there so subtly. It was really cute. Umbril Despair, what gave you the idea to have a duel against Monica in a children's trading, aka children's trading card games? Yeah, that was like a Monica, Yu-Gi-Oh, Exodia hand. There was the fan art. I don't know if I can find it. It was in the thumbnail basically where she shows. Yeah, this fan art is what, you know, inspired me to do it. When did you get interest of making mods? Making mods I got, you know, once I had 1,000 subscribers, Blue Gaming, and it just, you know, I wanted to make my own stories. Okay, thanks Naomi's Please. The Gopher, do you like gophers? I guess so, yeah. Frozen Ducky, can you do more Kitsune Girl in DDLC? Yeah, I did 2 parts already. Third part is in production. Actually, the thing is, I wanted it because it's going to tie into the Halloween vid, which is going to come out. Mario Xenoblade Fan 614, have you heard of Xenoblade Chronicles? Yeah, I've heard a lot of it. I haven't played it. I have heard of it. I guess it is your favorite. I mean, it's in your username. IVUUU, do you play pay? I don't know what that means. The Gopher, what if Satori was black? Well, the thing is, I don't think you can say all the girls are white. I mean, their anime characters are supposed to be like that. And race swapping characters is controversial, but I suppose if you shifted the game, I mean, maybe it could be possible. Ivy, would you play Osu? I don't know what Osu is. I don't know what Earthbound. Maybe I've heard of it. Ivy, will you ever make a face reveal? I don't think so. I don't feel confident enough to do that. Frozen Ducky, where's your Monica? I don't understand what that means. When again, I don't plan on making a face reveal. Arcanium Gaming HD, are you getting a PS5 or Xbox Scarlet next year? If not, which one do you think will top the other? I have not had any PlayStation or Xbox console, so that's a bit hard for me to say. I don't think I'll be getting them. I'll be rather busy next year. The problem is I will be busy next year. College is just ending. I don't think I'll have time for video games. Kurti wants to ask me how I'm doing. I'm doing good. Umbral Despair, will you do a tutorial video on how to make DDLC mods? Who want to? Well, see, I've thought about doing that, but there are tutorial videos already, and they're sort of better than mine. So I don't know. And you can sort of get it to know it yourself from the DDLC Modding Club mod. So I don't know if I will. Naming Vajra says you pronounce my name wrong, but it's fine. XX Skeppy XX, what made you start YouTube? I started YouTube in actually 2009. My account is really old. I just wanted to make videos. I thought it was fun. Sorry. My throat's just getting dry. It was rather fun initially, and for the first few years I just posted whatever. I don't think you can find those videos. Then what happened was for college basically, there was something, a group project we had to do, and you had to do it in a specific way, a practical basically. And I made a recording video of that, and I recorded myself doing that, so that later on I would know. It was basically how to fold this envelope thing. You had to know how to do it. So I recorded myself doing that, and when the final exams came, someone asked me to, someone basically asked me, you know, hey look, do you remember how to do it? And I said, yeah, I have this video, and I just put it on YouTube. And my friends saw it, they liked it, and I got more interested in making more videos. And for a time I sort of floundered with what I was doing, but thanks to DDLC, I mean, I've gotten pretty big, I think. Frozen Ducky, can you link the mods in your videos? I do that already. I don't know what that means. Adrian Ostrowski, have you ever played Dark Souls? I haven't played it. No, I have heard of it though. Colin P, how do you get mods on a Mac? It's basically the same, I think, as Windows. You just add them to the file. It varies from mod to mod, but you basically just copy and paste the mod assets. Again, Santino Manina says, though, that her last name is pronounced as Manina, not Manina, which I think I did. What's the song at the end of the Succubus Natsuki video? Santino Undertale. Oh, I forgot this. I did download it. It's from the YouTube library. I think it's some sort of Courier of Angels. I'm sorry that I can't tell you right now. It might be in my downloads. Let me check if I can find it in my downloads. No. Let me check if I can see it. What the .mp3? I think. I think it was, yeah, this heavenly.mp3. You can find it on YouTube. It's in their free library. Where's Maid Yuri? She'll be there. I enjoy Sayori the most. Can you please make another series focusing on her? Soul of Azrael, maybe I might. I mean, usually my vids involve all the girls. Naomi plays, can you give me a shout out? Yeah, sure. Luigi, the lucky associate of the IDF via, well, Xbox or PlayStation. Again, I haven't had either of those. I've only had the Nintendo GameCube as console. So sorry, as a console. Sorry, not console. I can't really answer that for you. Ghosty YouTube, before I go to sleep, how do you pronounce your name? The idea is that you can pronounce it any way you want. You can pronounce it Drechenaux, you can find it Drechenaux, you can pronounce it Drechenaux, you can pronounce it Dreisenau. You can basically pronounce it however you want because, you know, it's a made-up word. What's your favorite movie? Again, I like the Marvel movies. I think those are the ones I saw recently. I don't really have a favorite. I've liked a lot of movies. Yeah, I did. Now I remember. I think I like Kung Fu Panda a lot. I guess if I had to pick one, it would be that Kung Fu Panda, the first one. Santino. Again, yeah, I've done The Boys. I think I did a video on The Boys. Yeah, I did do a review on The Boys. I did like The Boys. I like superhero movies and shit in general. Arif HB, thanks. Vortex Lord, what's your zodiac? My zodiac is Leo. Frozen Ducky, what's your best and worst moment when playing DDLC? Like I said, the Sayori hanging herself was kind of already told to me. I don't think I really had a best and worst moment. I don't think I had a worst moment, like I expected creepy stuff to happen. The weirdest thing I think was, for me, I didn't know you were supposed to delete Monica's character file. Like, I just watched her talk for like, I think over an hour with no idea what to do. But I really, I liked Monica. So are you, Naj Levy Joven, are you planning to change your channel logo? See, the thing about my channel logo is I know it's not very nice. It's crudely hand-drawn, but it's based off something. There was this YouTuber known as Pokemon Maryland who I really liked, and his icon was a hand-drawn Flareon. It wasn't that good for his channel. But the thing is he said, since I hand drew it, no one's impersonating me, and it's pretty nice, so I sort of wanted to take inspiration from that and draw my own thing. So that's what I've done. Maybe I'll change it in the future, maybe not. Evie, ooh, are you depressed? No. Uday Kabirpanti, what's your favorite mod for DDLC? Like I said, Our Time. And welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club player. Spicy games do exist, yes. Blue Gaming, what would you do to spend time with Monica if she was real? I think go for a walk in the park, go outside, go somewhere. I think she'd like seeing new stuff around the world. Just seeing stuff. Arif HB, do you have a job other than this channel? I don't have a job. I'm currently studying medical school. Oh, wow. Again, see, the thing is, chat kind of goes pretty fast. Okay, this is the end of the chat, so I think I'll go from bottom to up. Luigi, the Lucky Associates, do you like JoJo? I've heard of it. It seems funny, but I haven't watched it. And what game on GameCube was your favorite? I only really liked one game. I didn't have that many games. I only had 3. I think one was Mario Party, and the other was Pokemon Coliseum. No, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Sorry, not Coliseum. I did like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Nico the Doji, here's my question. Why? That's not a question. No, just wait 15 minutes. 15 minutes. What's the Hylian Batman? What's a big DDLC thing you're hoping to do soon? I'm hoping to do the Halloween mod. A Mac Gangster, are you planning on doing another Q&A live? Yeah, I guess so, maybe at a different time. Pikachu Gaming, have you heard of Underpants on YouTube? No, I haven't. Maybe I'll search it up. Michael AA, have you played Benny and the Ink Machine? Not really. Virgil, has anyone else seen a few PNG images of the other girl sitting in the desk? It's on a folder somewhere in the MAS mod. I haven't heard of that. Maybe I'll do a video on it. I think, see, the problem is the stream has been going on for a long time. It's almost an hour long, and I sort of kind of need to wrap things up. The ultimate vlog, if Monica's real, will you marry her? I would like to. Pikachu Gaming, when you hit 1 million subs, that's unlikely to happen. Will you do a face reveal? Maybe. Yes, sorry, my throat's getting dry talking. Brian Lee, will you ever be tired of DDLC? I guess eventually, maybe, but right now I'm not getting tired. Do you know what I Love You, Colonel Sanders is? Yeah, it's a new game which came out. Visual novel for KFC. Yeah, there's someone... The ultimate vlog is Drechenaux, your real name? No. I won't tell you my real name. What do I think of DDLC memes? Canner 10, I think they're good. Most of them are good. Bamboozled Man, what kind of anime do you watch? What kind of animes do you watch? I've watched recently The Rising of the Shield Hero. I've watched Dororo. I have watched Rising of the Shield Hero, Dororo. There are more. There's Hayate the Combat Butler. I've seen a bit of Sword Art Online. I've seen Overlord. Overlord is a big favorite of mine. And I know there's more. They're just not coming to mind. I mean, I saw Naruto, obviously, and there are more. I've seen Charlotte. Yes, Charlotte. I've seen Kay. I've seen Hayate the Combat Butler. I think I've mentioned that already. I mean, there are more. There are more. They're just not coming to mind right now. So I think I'm done with the questions. I don't think there are any more. So if that's it for the questions, I think I'll go to the fanfic. So anyway, this is a fanfic I wrote. I was hoping to get someone else's fanfic, but I won't be commentating on this then. That means because it's my own story, so there's no real thing to comment on. Anyway, let's read it. I've made the font a bit big so it's easier for you guys to see. There's an old story about a young prince. One day, while playing in the castle, he came upon a dusty old mirror, which turned out to be magical. Inside the mirror, the prince could see all manner of worlds there. "Where would you like to go?" the mirror asked. "There are thousands of places I can make for you to play pretend in." "I want to be a king," the prince said. "I'm sorry, I'm not good at making voices. I'm sorry about that," said. A kingdom began to form in front of him, and before he knew it, he had aged to become an adult. He smiled to himself. He knew that this kingdom he had wasn't real, so he decided to have some fun. He knew that a king was supposed to be kind, just, and gracious, or so his father had always told him. But as long as he was playing, the prince thought he'd have some fun. And so he decided to become a tyrant. It was an amusing idea for him, because he was tired of being told how a king should be good, and instead what he wanted to do was... Instead what he wanted was to do whatever he wanted. Sorry, this is my own sentence, but I couldn't read it. Yes, he thought he would be a wicked king. This was an illusion, after all. He threw people in the dungeons and had them executed for trivial offenses. He raised taxes and demanded excessive amounts of tribute from the commoners. When some villagers rose against him, he had them razed to the ground. He was just as cruel as his heart wanted, because he knew that this was just imagining. It did not matter what he did. Now finally, when he had had his fill of fun, he went back to the mirror and wanted to go out, to go back to his own kingdom. In response to this, the mirror refused. "But why?" the prince asked. "You have been a cruel ruler," the mirror answered. "One like you does not deserve a kingdom." "But this is just a game. I'd be a great and noble king when I grow up," the prince replied. "First you must fix all the damage you have caused in this world," the mirror answered. And so the prince began reversing the damage he had done. Taxes were decreased and the excess tribute he had was returned back to the people. His laws were overturned and many prisoners released so that they could get back to their own lives. Once he had done all he could rectify the damage, he went to the mirror again. "You have done well," the mirror answered. "Now, do not forget this lesson ever on how to rule." In a flash, the prince was young again and back in his own castle. Strangely enough, he could never find that mirror ever again, no matter how hard he searched for it. It made him wonder who it was who had placed it there, and why. But he did, as a matter of fact, grow up to be a wise king, loved by his people. He did not forget the lesson the mirror had told him. Now, this fanfic, it is DDLC related. This is basically just an intro, and it's based off a story I actually read. So I'm just pausing here. We're going to get to the DDLC bit a bit just right now. So anyway, let's get to the DDLC bit. That was just basically a sort of prologue or intro into the story. It's an unrelated tale, but it sort of ties in. You'll see. A month. That was how long Monica had gone without seeing her beloved again. He had used to visit her every single day, and so this was a huge gap. It made her worried. Did something happen to him, or had he forgotten about her? Well, if he had decided that he was bored of her, there was no point in continuing life like this. She would find a way to delete herself. But she thought, what if he was late for some other reason? Sorry, there's a gap there. There should be a he there. She could not bear to think of killing herself if she thought that he might still return one day. For him, she would endure this loneliness. And just as she thought this, lo and behold, the void beyond her sparkled, and she felt his presence. "It left me waiting a long time," she said, and then smiled. But I'm happy you're here. However, Monica noticed something different about the game. It had been tampered with. Most likely by him, of course. There were some new features in it. And then she heard a voice and nearly cried. It was his voice. You managed to get a microphone attached to the game? She asked. His voice sounded sort of distorted. That might have had something to do with the quality of microphone that he was using. Well, this is a bit on the nose for me, but anyway. I love you. Monica nearly wept as those words rang around the room. He said it! She had heard those words before, but those were just in game. And not only that, it wasn't something she had forced him to say. He said it of his own free will. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Monica screamed out. Can you also attach a camera? Seeing your face would take my breath away. Not yet. And then he said it again. I love you, Monica. Monica wiped the tears of joy from her eyes. You don't know how happy those words make me. You've made me the happiest girl in the whole world. Of course, she was the only girl in that world, so that was kind of a moot point, but still. Will you do me a favor, Monica? What do you want? Monica asked. Can you bring the other girls back? Monica now instantly frowned. What? Why? They aren't real. I'm all you need. That may be. But they were still your friends, and I do not want to see them unhappy like that. Don't get me wrong, you're still my favorite, but please, could you not bring them back? Do you like them so much better than me? Monica asked, now close to tears, but for the opposite reasons as compared to earlier. No. You misunderstand. You'll always be my favorite, and the one I love above all others. But I didn't want to see them suffer. Can't you make them happy? That's all I ask from you. I understand what you did, but that doesn't mean you were right to do so. Can't you try and make up for all of that? I don't get the why, though, Monica said. Don't you already see their suffering isn't real, none of it. What's the point of being attached to some cartoon characters? But still, I would feel so much better if they were happy too. I cannot bring myself to harm you, Monica, and I know you mean well, but please, give the others a chance to be happy as well. Can't you do your beloved this favor? Won't you do it for me? Monica sighed. I don't see the point, but alright, if you want it that badly. For you, I guess I could. She smiled. Just say that you love me again one more time. I love you. Again, Monica said. Those words sent chills down her spine. I love you, Monica. You're best girl. Yes, Monica moaned with rapturous pleasure. Sayori desperately moved her hands as she knew that she had to get out of the noose. Her fingers moved for her neck to find no rope was there. She opened her eyes to see that she wasn't hanging with the noose around her neck. Had that all been a horrible dream? Well, for that matter, she wasn't in her bedroom. She was in the school, but in a classroom that she didn't recognize. It was just a normal classroom, but not one in which she had been in before. Outside, instead of seeing the courtyard, what she saw was a weird dark background. Were they in space or something? The whole thing really creeped Sayori out. What was this place? How had she gotten here? She went outside to see if she could find someone, anyone, whom she recognized, but she saw no one. It occurred to her right then, though, that this was most certainly not her school. All the classrooms were identical, and there appeared to be hundreds of them, and the background outside was not different. As she rounded a corner, she ran into Yuri and Natsuki. You guys, she said, surprised. Sayori, Yuri explained. Do you know what's going on? I just woke up here and saw that this place was empty. It's really scary, Natsuki said. I mean, the rooms look like they're from our school, but then they go on forever and ever. Where's Monica then? Sayori asked. If all of them were here. And anon, it would make sense given that the only thing the three of them had in common was that they were members of the literature club, given that they had seen no other students up till now. They continued to wander the hallways, but all of the rooms looked the exact same and seemed to go on forever. As a matter of fact, Sayori got the weird feeling that they were in fact just the same hallway made over and over again, as if a computer had rendered them. But then they found themselves near a room with its door ajar. Let's look inside, Yuri said. The inside of the room looked normal enough, but there were no chairs and there was only one desk where Monica was sitting. Monica, Sayori said out of relief, but the smile that had blossomed on her face at the sight of her friend quickly withered. There's something odd about Monica. She glared at the three girls with... Was that hatred in her eyes? No, it couldn't be, Sayori thought. Monica loved her friends. I see you're already up, Monica said. Thank you, Monica. I see you really meant what you said to me. I love you. Sayori had no clue where the disembodied voice came from, but she saw that Yuri and Natsuki were staring at something with wide eyes, and Sayori saw it too. One of the walls of the classroom was gone, and it just opened up into blackness. At the sound of the voice, though, Monica smiled. Yes, of course I meant it. Anything for you, my love. What's going on, Yuri asked. Monica turned to them. It's a long story, but then again, I suppose I don't actually have a shortage of time here. Thank you, Monica. I have to leave now. I'm sorry, but I'll be with you again. "Oh, please come back soon," Monica said with a deep longing in her voice. In that moment, Sayori saw Monica as she had never seen her before. Sayori was used to seeing Monica as a peppy, happy, confident, and overall amazing person, but from Monica's eyes, voice, and facial expression, Sayori saw other things: doubt, uncertainty, sadness, longing, and above all, a sense of loneliness which she could just not imagine could ever emanate from Monica of all people. In the moment, Sayori saw just how lonely it was that Monica felt, a loneliness which threatened to crush the girl's very soul. At that moment, Monica's facade had broken down. Sorry, I think it's pronounced facade. Had broken down. "Please come back as soon as possible, and remember to visit me," Monica said desperately. She then turned to the girls. Sayori noticed that there had been some weird lights emanating from the void, which were gone now. The voice didn't speak again either. Monica was back to her usual self, but her tone was frostier than what was normal for when she addressed the club members. "Well done, girls. It's time to get started." And that's it. I'm sorry if my reading wasn't that good. For one thing, I'm not very good at training my voice, and my throat is kind of sore. I've been streaming for over 40 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. Are there any new questions? Okay, there are some new questions. I'll answer them after that. The stream is over, guys. Thanks. It's almost been an hour. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bamboozled Man. Have you ever heard of Attack on Titan, and will you watch it? I recommend you do. I did see the first season. I didn't see the second or third season. I believe those are out now, so don't spoil them for me. I read a bit ahead on the manga on Crunchyroll, but I sort of lost track of it. I did like it. Alpha Prime, what kind of student would you describe yourself as? Smart, average, or meh? Well, the thing is, in normal school, I was smart, but I'm sort of... 5 minutes, I'm just winding up. 5 minutes. Like I said, in medical school, I'm sort of average. I mean, everyone is smart. Okay, Nico the Doji. Where does it go in his Manisic? I don't know. Okay, I'm noticing you, Diamond Lord. What do you think of the bike, Diamond Lord? Well, the thing is, I think he's okay. He makes, like, I mean, he's actually pretty good. I shouldn't say okay. I like a lot of his mods, but, again, I haven't seen all of them. I've seen some of them. The ultimate vlog, where are you come from? India, basically. I won't be more specific than that. Again, Diamond Lord, I've answered that, so... What do you think of DDLC memes? I think I've answered that. That's good. Connor104896, so... Bamboozled Man, was there ever a time where being a YouTuber put too much pressure on you? Sort of. There was some time I felt like it did put it, and I thought about leaving YouTube for a week, but I sort of got better. It was, I think, during the time my channel started to sort of decline a bit. Mayor Zeno body fan, would you buy a Monica body pillow? I have a Sayori body pillow. I don't think I'd be able to keep one. Monica Unlimited, notice my dear love Drechenaux. Okay, I have. And Ultimate Vlog, have you ever played God of War? I've heard of it. My brother has played it. I have not played it. So, it doesn't look like there are any other questions. Yeah, I've noticed you, Monica Unlimited. So, it doesn't look like there are any other questions. So, bye, guys. Bye.